Which way is Wolverine State leaning? Will Trump win Michigan State again?
Honestly, I think Biden's gonna win just because he's been polling higher there this entire time. He's given them more attention than Hillary did the entire 2016 election, and the Michigan governor was a runner-up for his VP. She got a lot of national spotlight, and they like seeing their name. I think that's enough to win him over. I don't know if that's enough for the Dems to keep the Senate seat, but I think Joe Biden, with how the polls have been looking and how he's been acting towards Michigan in general, especially towards the car industry, but that's another topic. I think that he will more than likely win Michigan in the presidential general election.
It comes down to, we know Hillary lost there because her strategy was ignore Michigan because I'm just even after lost it in the primary. But the real question for Michigan voters is Joe Biden offering you more than Trump? And we know Trump didn't really give you anything. So is Joe Biden offering you more? I can't answer that because I don't know if Joe Biden's offering more to the unions and the voters of Michigan. He's offering, I'm not Trump, but I haven't seen any sort of working class policy. He is offering a $15 minimum wage, which is maybe one of his few positive policies. He's not tying it to inflation, but it's still a $15 minimum wage. But, you know, those union workers that were working in all the factories over there, they're making a lot more than $15 an hour. So I don't know if that's enough to get them over to our side. But that's the real question: is Joe Biden going to offer you more than Trump did? You already know Trump gave you jack. So
yeah, listen.
All right, so I got to debate Gabe on this one though, real quick, because the article that we talked about in regards to this topic, and this is from this article from Detroit Free Press. Despite tough times, Michigan farmers say Trump has their back. And I know what you just said, it sounds logical from where we are, or, you know, I'm in New Jersey, maybe you're in Florida, but in Michigan, this guy, I'll read one of the quotes. It says, he's done what he said he's going to do, Elder said. He put a lot of people back to work. What's more, Trump opposed abortion rights and supports the police. So basically, that's just a little snippet of, he's a farmer. He talks, it also goes on to talk about how, the Trump administration gave billions of dollars to help in grants and loans to help shore up their farms because they had the trade battles. And even though the trade battles, Trump is not doing well at all, they lost a lot of money, but him giving them direct money from the government helps keep them afloat. And even this farmer can see that they can't continue to get government grants all the time. But like I just said, he likes him for abortion rights.
Listen, that farmer, he's a hypocrite. All right, I'll say it right now. Like, well, I've seen some interviews. Not all farmers are that way. Some of them have seen the way the trade tariffs have hurt them. Not only the tariffs, but it's hurting them internationally with their products, with delivery of their products. And some of them are actually seeing that it's being counterproductive to them. You know, they really can't win. And this guy, I mean, there's a bunch of them like him. He's being a hypocrite because all of these Republicans are always talking about, you know, the being independent, your own bootstraps, more government, and yet the only way that they're keeping their farms afloat is by the government giving them money, straight up. That's it. So it's like they don't even see themselves in the mirror. What kind of hypocrites they are. But you know, what can you expect anymore from them?
And the worst part is with that, they know why they're in the situation that they're in. The soy farmers know that they're in the situation because Donald Trump got angry with China. They know that all of this ties back directly to him. And then they also go and in the same article, the same sentence, the same comment, they'll say Trump 2020 because I'm not a socialist. They're very directly aware.
Yeah, I mean, at least some of them are saying, like, I know it's hurting me, but at least it's for the good fight. You know, he's fighting for America somehow. That's how they make it. They put it in their minds.
Yeah. I think Michigan, you know, again, it goes back to one of those states. And I know Felipe loves like polls and he loves to reference them, talk about how he's up in the polls. And yeah, I know a lot of people want to say that like polls, you know, we got them wrong in 2016, but I don't know. Michigan kind of like scares me, man. Like, you know, I was listening to NPR last week, and they have, this Trump voters, and they're talking about like, yeah, we love him. He has done, this women were calling in, and they were like, yeah, we love him so much. We have boat party, and we have boat parade, and I see Trump, flags everywhere, and I really think he's gonna win. So the question then comes back, and I was listening to comes back, and I think something about like 80,000 folks in Detroit, around the Detroit area, didn't vote. They just didn't vote at all. So it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to those folks are going to come out in 2020. And because we know that Trump base is locked down, they are going out there. And that's the question, that's the $1 million questions. Like, is Joe Biden doing enough to pour money in state like Michigan? Like, I know they're spending a lot of money in Florida, but are they spending enough money to state like Michigan and Wisconsin? That definitely, I think they need to win to be able to like get the presidency.
One stat that I saw was that Trump won 75 out of 83 counties in Michigan in 2016.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of states are.
That's not a fair reference to go by, because a lot of counties are much smaller with a much smaller population, but then you have larger counties like in Florida, for example. Broward County and Miami-Dade County make up more than half of the vote. And it's just two of the most Democratic-leaning counties in the entire state of Florida.
Yeah, but there's no voter suppression going on in those smaller counties, though. You got to take them into account.
I just want to bring back one more point. I just want to bring back one more point from this article, because we talked about China and what farmers thought about China. It says, I like how he stands up to things that we've been discussing for years with this China deal, how they've been bullying us. What he says goes. If you don't like it, he just walks out. He's a great negotiator. Like, these are his fans out here in Michigan.
Marketing works. Say what you want about Trump. Trump is the greatest marketer of this generation. He's the P.T. Barnum. He could make his point so simple that his base could understand, and they could repeat it to you word for word, and by second hand, third hand, fourth hand, by mouth. His word travels by mouth, and it doesn't get lost in translation because it's so simple.
It travels by Facebook.
Twitter.
At this point, Trump might as well be selling some Trump 2020 knee pads with the Republicans he has on his knees for him.
I mean, he said he sells water to fish. Like, these guys are literally fish. Like, it's crazy. Go ahead, John.
That's what I'm saying. His base would not leave him. Like, they could see that guy in video shoot someone, and he'll go on Twitter and say, that wasn't me. And like, and you will be like, no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
Be like, it was me, and you should have seen what that guy was doing. That'll be what.
Well, we saw the video how they showed a meme or something, or a doctor video to a Trump supporter, and then they showed the original and showing that it was doctored, and the Trump supporter said like, yeah, but still, it could have happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you have people, like, not to talk about this topic, like, you have people that they were asking them about his taxes, and they were like, well, I don't care how much taxes he didn't pay or didn't pay. I care that I'm getting more money in my pocket.
Oh, no, they like that because they think like, oh, he's smart. He knows how to work the system. So they like that.
This is the last time I swear I'm going to this article, but I just wanted to bullet point what you guys just said. The trade war peaked in September 2019 before countries in January 2020 signed a phase one agreement that reduced but did not eliminate the increased tariffs. It included a Chinese promise. I highlighted that differently because I want to put emphasis on that.
Yeah.
It was a promise, still viewed with skepticism, by many, to purchase $80 billion worth of U.S. agricultural goods over the next 2 years. It's a promise. It's not like in law. It's not in the contract. And this is the great negotiator.
He went on Twitter and he tweeted about it. China.
Yeah, man.
And like, he's gonna and they believe everything he says. Like, Twitter has worked for him. Like, his fan base goes to whatever he says there, and everything to him that you go against him is fake news. And they believe everything he says. You can't take that away from him. So that's the what, 39%, 40%? Like, not going anywhere. He got them on lockdown. And that's what we have to figure out. How do we take, how to Joe Biden and then get the rest? But I don't think Biden is doing enough. So that's why Michigan's.
John, to be fair, I was looking at polling from last election cycle just because you said I love polls. And Clinton, the highest lead she had a week before the election was 6 points. And at this time, she was much, by, what was it, October, she only had less than a 10-point lead, whereas right now, Biden is at about 8 points from the last poll added yesterday. So honestly, it could be a toss-up, but I think Biden is in a better position to win it.
Well, a big factor. We're recording this on Monday. Tomorrow's the debate. That's going to be a huge factor.
Absolutely.
On this race. That's the last factor I would say actually on this race.
I'm terrified.
It's going to be a lot of factor, man. There's going to be, like
they really got to put Biden on the good stuff to make sure he comes out tomorrow because
totally. I think this is the last one because if these taxes came out, and this is a big deal. This is what we've been waiting for over like 4 years, since even in 2015 before he was elected. We were waiting for these taxes. We finally got them. It showed exactly what we would have speculated, and which is why he kept hiding it. And I don't see Republicans moving on this. I don't see it happening. So that's why
that's what they do. They like cheating on taxes.
Exactly.
Then the people that don't have the money to cheat on taxes, they wish they could, or they see that guy as smart because, hey, man, he stuck it to the government. He didn't give them their money. Well,
they just play that mental gymnastics in their head to rationalize to continue to vote for this guy. I think the tomorrow at the
Americans
debates,
worship rich people.
The worst thing that can happen is Biden falls and does something stupid. He just says a big gaffe. That's the worst thing that can happen. If we could just soup him up like on some drugs or something, so that he could just have Trump. The good thing about Trump, the one good thing that he did in this scenario with the debate was he made your expectations for Biden so low that all Biden has to do is have a very decent, just get through the debate, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, that is true. And I just have to, in the minute that Trump,
you know what?
The minute
if
Trump,
Biden has, go.
The minute Trump will be like, "You a puppet," he just reply him with something else because that's what they're going to have. We know it's going to be like
as long as Biden does as well as he did on the second to last or the last debate against Bernie Sanders, he's golden. That's it. That's all.
I just hope.
He needs the bare minimum to pass.
I hope that Trump doesn't.
Fox News is not giving Biden the questions ahead of time.
It's Chris Wallace. It's fine.
Yeah,
Chris
he's going to
Wallace
give him the questions.
Doesn't like Trump either.
I just hope that Trump doesn't get bait him into saying like Bernie's a socialist, AOC's a socialist.
Well, he already said it without being baited before. So
that goes into our next topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. All right, so in the comments below, let us know if you think that Trump is going to win Michigan again. Do you think so, or is Biden going to win and by a lot? I think you said that poll had him ahead by 8 points. I think you said
something like that. I don't think it'll be by too much.
We'll see what happens.